Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a while, but I want to come back and do this quick tutorial on this bald fade that I did. I also did some beard detailing, and I know that it's something completely different that I've never shown on my channel before, but I am trying to show you guys a little bit more of the things that I love to do, and doing men's cuts is something that I completely love doing. But yeah, if you guys are interested in knowing how I achieve this look, please stay tuned and keep on watching. I will begin by combing the hair down with the grain and creating my first guideline under the temples. And I am using my wall design clippers. And then I will go back and remove the bulk with these clippers as well. And remember guys, if you are doing these type of fades, the cleaner the guidelines, the cleaner the haircut will look. I am then using my T outliners by Andes, and I am going to create another line under the first guideline I used. If you notice, I'm not going up to that line that I already made. If you do that, you are going to make it more difficult for you to fade that line out. I am then using my wash shaver shaper, and this is to be able to do the balding on the bottom for this fade. I am going to go under that previous line I created and make sure you are also using the corners of it. This will help so you don't create that super harsh line. Going back with the clippers, I'm going to create another guideline going up about an inch, and on the back I am doing more of a drop fade. If you notice, the lines curving more on the back. This is just because this is the way he likes his fade to be. I'm going to then remove the next line by doing trigger play, which is leaving the lever open and little by little closing it. So if you notice me, I'm going to continue to do this throughout the whole fade, and this is to be able to remove that bald to zero fade, that harsh line that you see there. So it is kind of hard to get used to it at first, but I promise you, the more you practice it, the better and faster you will get at it. And notice that I do use the corner a lot to be able to remove that harsh line as well. Going back with my trimmers, I'm just going to do a little bit of detailing using the corner to be able to remove that harsh line and make it a better transition. I'm then using my number 1 guard and making another guideline with the clippers, and once again I do about an inch up, and like I said, I do curve it to be able to make it more into a drop fade in the back. Going in with my half guard, I am then removing that line that I recently created between the lever open and the number 1, and I do have the lever open. However, I am doing more of that trigger play like I said, and I do use the corners a lot. This just helps so I don't create another harsh line there in between these two guidelines. I am then using my number 1.5 guard and going up an inch to create my next guideline. I like to fade as I go. A lot of people do it opposite, but it's up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. Going back with my number 1 guard open lever, I'm going to then remove that following guideline right there, and I do like to go over it a couple times to make sure that the hair is all even. And I love using the corner of the clipper. I just feel like going over it with the corner just allows you to have better control and you don't create that super harsh line once again. And like I said, I do like to do a lot of trigger playing with it, so you'll see me going back and forth with different cards. So here I'm using the half once again just to do a little bit more of that detailing. Going back with the number 1.5 guard, I am then using it with the lever open to make my next guideline. And then like I said, I go back over it a couple times because you do want to make sure that all the hairs are even. I'm then going to do clipper over comb to be able to remove all of that long hair. I love doing clipper over comb for this part right here. It just allows me to get better control and just allows the haircut to look a lot cleaner. You want to be careful with this step because if you do not know how to do it, you may create some holes in the haircut and you do not want to do that. So, just go slow and make sure you have good lighting because it'll allow you to be able to see exactly what you are doing. And it's better to use a different color of comb as well. I'm just used to using the black one, but if you are new to doing this, just try to use a different color of comb. It'll make it easier, especially on the eyes, and allow you to see more of that hair that needs to be cut. So this is the before and after, and I will do the other side off camera just to make it a little shorter on the video. Next, I'm going to do the beard. I'll be using the number 1 guard, following it with the number 1.5 guard, and I love doing beards. This is actually my favorite thing to do. But yeah, this is pretty simple. It's pretty much like the same, just obviously on the beard. So it's the same technique, blending it in, then going back and doing a little bit of that trigger play that I do, opening and closing that lever. And right here, I'm going to blend in the sideburns of the beard and bringing it into the haircut, just gradually making it look just nice and cleaned up. Going in with the half guard, I'm just going to remove that line right there and doing more of that lever open and closing and just doing those final detailing touch-ups on the sides. And then just going to line up the beard, and usually I use the jawline as my guideline. I feel like a lot of guys like it by their jawline. Always ask your client because everyone likes it a little different. But I'm just lining it up and then using my Crew Precision Shave Gel. I'm going to use it so I can shave him up with my straight edge. And I'm not really going to go into detail with how I do the shaving part of it, only because I want to do this on a separate video. But I will just let you guys see on how I do it. Next time, hopefully the lighting is a lot better and also the angles are a lot better. It's really difficult to record these kind of videos when you are alone, but it's okay. Practice makes perfect, so next time I know I'll have better lighting and better angles for you guys. And I do want to let you guys know that I am a licensed barber, so I am certified to be able to do the straight razor shaving, and I don't want you guys to be doing it if you guys don't know what you guys are doing, just because you could cut somebody pretty bad if you do not know what you're doing. And I also am learning more and more on how to fade and how to shave, so cut me some slack if you guys don't like how it came out. But I do want to say that I'm pretty proud of myself. I always wanted to do barbering, and I finally got the courage to do it, and I was able to achieve it. So if you guys are wanting to do this, I really do suggest and tell you guys, do it and take the time and effort to do and learn something new. So that's exactly what I did and just went for it. I do have a separate video on how I do eyebrow waxing. I always do my husband's waxing whenever I cut his hair, only because he really likes to look sharp and clean. So I do pretty much the same steps. However, for the most part, I always leave the top of the eyebrow without waxing it, but my husband really likes for me to wax it. But whenever I do guys' eyebrows, I tend to, well, at least I prefer to not do the top of it, but he likes it done, so I still do it. I will leave the video link below on how I do eyebrow waxing if you are interested in knowing a little bit more on the detail side on how to do it. Guys, let me know in the comments down below if you think that guys should not have freaking thin eyebrows, because this guy always wants thin eyebrows. When I met him, he had thinner eyebrows than me. So this is the final look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys have any suggestions or any other kind of videos you guys do want to watch or see, let me know in the comments down below. Till next time. Bye.
Is it good? You like it?
Let's get some numbers.
Huh?
Let's get some numbers.
What you say?
Not me, but.
Well, you know I'm right.
You live?
Quit.
I should just let it grow big on a beard.
Have pubes in your face? That's what they look like.
Tell me what to do.
Okay, ready? Hold on. Okay, so